Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Bastard didn't even thank you.
Figures.
What do you expect from a politician? Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Spectre bonus. Spectre training, charm, and intimidate talents are unlocked. Which reminds me, I still have not done my level ups. Still have not done them. Let us stand here for a moment and then do all the leveling up that I need to do. Man, I'm at level 8. Wow. Where did all the time go? 15 points we got. So, Spectre training increases damage and duration of all your powers and attacks by 1%, increases health by 5%, blah, 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 blah. Unity restores dead squad members with 15% health and 40% shields. Yeah, I definitely want to get to, like, Unity here. That's very important. Combat armor, also important. Shield boosts. Assault training, what do we get here? Adrenaline burst, resets the cooldown times of all your talents. Yeah. Soldier, increases my health. Charm, gets me a store discount. Thank you very much. Intimidate. Sells items to stores for 2% more credits. That's also quite nice to have. Assault rifles, we'll get a little bit more there. Assault training. You know, adrenaline burst doesn't do much. And then soldier gives us some more hit points, which we need. Pistols, I should probably put some stuff into eventually. Garrus, everybody else should be fine here. Damping. Yeah, all these guys should be leveling up automatically. So I don't have to worry too much about that, which is nice. And I mean, there's not much, like, the automatic stuff for these guys is usually good enough. I mean, I know there's people that would want to, like, touch every little bit and bob, but honestly, I'm not too concerned. I have a renegade point. Huh. I guess because I let Rex kill the dude. That's why I got a renegade point. Yeah, that's fine. Still got plenty of Paragon points. We'll be quite well-rounded. Well, we'll be mostly Paragon by the end of this, but I will have a few Renegade points, because there's some really hilarious Renegade things you can do. Basically involving hilarious ways to murder people. Let's go very quickly to the C-Sec. Yes, go C-Sec Academy, and we'll talk to the Spectre dude here. Somewhere. I don't know, where did they want me to talk to him at? The requisition office is over on the right here. Okay, up we go.
Okay, Jaleel. Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shorban, he's threatened you?
Well, no.
So, is this the... Is that the requisitions officer up there? Oh, did I went the completely wrong direction. Oh. Okay. I'm like, this does not look familiar. I mean, it kind of looks familiar. I should explore it, honestly, at some point here. If only to find more bugs to scan. Oh, like this one. Alright, requisition officer.
1 sec, looking you up. Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
Sure is.
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I'd heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
No problem.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Okay. Lots of very expensive things. Do you have maximum number of grenades carried by one? That would be nice. Aldrin Labs license, yes. I want that. Buy that. Let's get the grenade upgrade too. While we're there. And the rest I'm not too concerned about at the moment. I need some money before we really go crazy there. Alright, cool. Boy, the requisitions officer on the Normandy is going to be super pumped when I give him all these licenses. It's just that I happen to remember when I saw that license in the buy menu, I was like, I remember that this is a thing that I should do now while I'm here, so we don't have to do all kinds of backtracking. Because normally, you know, something like this, you would do a whole lot of backtracking, and we'll be back to Citadel a couple times as well. Let's go next there. This is the elevator. Yeah, I think that's an elevator. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely an elevator. I think we've done all the things so far on the Citadel here. Other than we got to figure out what Conrad Werner has been up to. But we'll find that out. I think we have to leave the Citadel and then come back. The next time we come back, that will trigger whatever he's been up to. And then we have 10 more keepers that we need to scan. So that's a thing. And then this one we gotta speak to the ambassador in the Alliance docking bay. Which is right where we're at here. Is this docking bay? Yes, to docking bay. That's what I was hoping for.
You always see a few civilians hanging around the academy waiting to speak to an officer about some problem or other.
So how about it, Garrus? Is this better than CSEC?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats CSEC.
There may just be hope for you yet, Turian.
That's the one thing I do miss in the other games with the elevator, is just having these guys just talk to one another. It's just pretty funny, a lot of stuff that they say. Because remember, they had a lot of time that they had to kill. The other thing I miss too, I miss that in the... Are we behind us or in front of us? Okay, it's in front of us. I miss that in the in Mass Effect 2, and from what I've seen of 3, you lose that sense of like wonderment and scale. Like in this game, it's like everything's like I said, so filled with wonder, and it's like, oh, he's a Spectre, and like, oh, we got all this important stuff to do, and it all gets kind of muddied out and washed out, and all you're left with is just like, well, here's another action sequence to go through. Let's just talk enough to get you to this next action sequence, you know. And I kind of missed like the wonderment of this. Like the first game really has it, where it's like, this is like an expansive universe, and things are just kind of just awesome, right? It's like, hey, you're in space, you're flying around, you know, you've got important stuff to do. Yes, there's this big overarching problem happening, but, you know, it's like, you know, enjoy yourself while you're here. And they kind of, I think, you know, and 2 is also very good. In fact, 2 is probably the pinnacle of the series thus far. But the story is a lot. It takes very much a turn for the grim because we find out really what the Reapers are all about and stuff. And it's just it loses a little bit of that sort of whimsy, and I kind of miss the whimsy of this one, especially with all the electronic, you know, keyboards and everything else going on.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
What's going on?
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
There's more to this.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
What went wrong?
What happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
You can count on me.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
And what about the Reapers?
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
Is that it?
Anything else?
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
And that's our final team member. That's why I said we'll encounter her a little bit later here. All right, well, I'll start with Pharos.
The colonists on Pharos might still be alive.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll be careful.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Yes, Commander?
Are you okay?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
You and Saren have a past.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
So what happened?
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
Something went wrong?
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Was anyone hurt?
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
You got blamed.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Wasn't your fault.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
That's not fair.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
It wasn't your fault.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad.
Just give me the
He was looking
same
for an
same
excuse to
thing
blow that
again.
refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
I guess I gotta end this circle here, huh? This doesn't matter.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Alright,
I should go.
let's get out of
I'll
here.
be here if you need anything.
Cool. We got 16 XP and a codex entry. Also... Hello. There we go. Alright, we only need 9 more now. Into the Normandy we go, friends. Out into the universe is where we are headed.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in...
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
I'm ready.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Be honest with them.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Saren will be ready for us.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
I won't let him down.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, guys, I freaking love this, the way they did the story in this game. I love Mass Effect 2 as well. And even though I do believe that's the best one of the series, but this game, the way it like does things, like we're having this big, pep talk and stuff. It's just fantastic. And we have there's like a pep talk moment or two in Mass Effect 2, but it doesn't have the same like gravitas. You know what I mean? And it's just awesome. I just love it. Just brings a smile to my face every time. Every single time. You know what? Before we go, I should probably... Where's the quartermaster at? Deck 2 is down. Let's go. I think he's down on deck 2. Before we leave here. I think it'll let me go down here, I believe. I'm not sure if he's down here or he's down on deck 3. There's Kaiden. How you doing, dude?
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Yeah, not enough time has gone by. Here's my locker, which I forgot to actually look in before and take all that stuff out. Talk to... Ooh, let's replenish our metagel. Talk to the doctor.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Okay, nothing yet.
Go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And then there's a scientific room back here, which will be Liara's room once we pick her up. Dr. Liara Tassoni. Liara also, so the other thing too about the NPCs in this game is that, Sleeper Pod, we just got 16 XP for examining. The other thing about the NPCs in this game is that you can romance them. This is classic BioWare. You have some, romance. No manual, okay. And, let's just say my friend Commander Shepard here has a bit of the taste for the blue the blue buttocks. And that's what we'll be going after when it becomes time to do so. Also, we got these guys down here. I got Rex. How you doing, Rex?
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
There's always a story, Rex.
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Just a short one?
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It isn't?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Yeah, I see your points.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians.
Solarians.
Details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Yeah, so that was a part of the story that I forgot about. The Solarians created the genophage, as he said. They created it and then gave it to the Turians, who then actually deployed it against the Krogan. Here's where you can equip everybody from their lockers. Ashley?
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That we'd save your unit.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
You couldn't know.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Alright.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
And yes, Ashley is also one of the romance options, but not for female Shepard. Only for male Shepards. Garrus is one of the options for female Shepard, though.
I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
You knew?
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Not that bad.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
That was your reason.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
It's a tough decision.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Give you a little slap down there. There's our Mako. We'll be getting to know the Mako quite a bit later on. Aha! Here's the requisition officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Supplies?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Pay you?
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Licenses, you say?
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Manufacturers?
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
New items?
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
It's just the same thing, huh?
Manufacturers
Okay.
sell licenses.
But maybe
Each license allows
I
me
wanted,
to buy and sell a
I
certain
wanted to give
brand
them
of product.
licenses.
I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost
show
if
me.
you can find them.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay. He's got like the basic stuff right now. Unique item. Metagel upgrade 1. Yes. Take that. Some new Omni tools, which will certainly help matters for hacking and whatnot. Actually, oof. They're affordable, but not. I don't have enough money for them. So if I talk to him now, can
Looking
I
for supplies?
give him more licenses?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Or does the license automatically take effect? I don't know. I forget exactly how this works. What was it saying in... Here's our missions. Assignments, it's showing up there. I forget how that... I don't know if just having the licenses in my inventory is enough for him to get stuff.
What are licenses? Why do you need them? What do the different manufacturers
There are
offer?
too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's
Okay.
Not right
no
now,
problem. Keep checking back.
Alright. And then back here I think it's just the repair bay, right? Or no, engineering. That's right. Field integrity monitor. And here's where Tally sits, and Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Is she bothering you?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
And I can ask stuff about the Normandy and things, but we'll...
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Don't need that right now. What I'd like to do is talk to Tally and get her started. Warmed up.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
This ship's special.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're into ships.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
That was 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Got it.
I should go.
See you later.
She's also in a encounter suit. That is because since the Quarians have been on spaceships for 300 years, they no longer have a very good there's the elevator I was looking for. Their immune systems aren't very good anymore because they're not taxed. They're on these antiseptic ships. So that's just to protect her. She breathes, I believe, oxygen just like everybody else. But that's really to protect her from getting all of our diseases because she has really no immune system. That becomes interesting later on in Mass Effect 2 because she is also a romance option then, and actually does, in fact, I don't know if she's actually, is she a romance option in this game? I don't know if she is in this game or not. I know in 2 she definitely is, and you know, she's kind of has to like take that stuff off to do the doobity-doo. So she ends up pumping herself full of drugs to do it, which is pretty interesting. I guess I gotta talk to the navigator here real fast.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
And they're on our side.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
You doubt my decisions?
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Okay.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
I got both Paragon and Renegade for that. But, you know what? Honestly, you gotta set that guy in his place, because he's that one guy on the ship that's like, well, these damn migrants. And you're like, nope, sir. You're gonna shut your damn trap. Immediately. Now we get the best music of any game. Citadel. Supposedly constructed by long extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation and is a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. 44.7 kilometers when it's open. Open diameter is 12.8 kilometers. Population 13.2 million, not including keepers. And its gross weight is 7.11 billion metric tons. So we have to... How do I zoom out? Ah, there it is. Serpent Nebula. Where's our... Ah, here we go. Like, I know. There we go here. So we got Novaria, we got Exodus Cluster, Artemis Tau is Liara, Anakin Beta is Pharos. I don't think it actually matters which one we do first. I don't recall it mattering anyway. So we go to Novaria. It's a straight course. We can go to Pharos. I kind of want to go to Pharos just because there is a possibility that you can save the colony. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but we'll see. So let's go there. And actually, you know what? We're going to do it one jump at a time because each thing you go to allows you to scan for stuff. Our system, yes. And we're going to be doing lots of probing and scanning, friends. Lots and lots of probing and scanning. Okay, in fact, we're going to do some right now. Let's go Zion. Zion is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, even larger than Jupiter. Despite its deep gravity well and lethal radiation, it supports a small helium-3 mining industry. The reason is simple. As the only gas giant in the Utopia system, is the only local source of fuel for Eden Prime's power stations and spaceports. This is where Eden Prime was in this system. Zion has 112 satellites ranging from captured asteroids to the moon of Asphodel, which is large enough to retain a thick atmosphere. Eden Prime. This idyllic agrarian world was one of the first human colonies established beyond the Charon mass relay. Eden Prime's biosphere is unusually well suited for importation of Earth native life. This is unusually well suited. This fertility. Sorry, I'm trying to read and it's hard to see. Drew heavy immigration and development by the Systems Alliance and various corporations. The Eden Prime is a model of sustainable, organized development. The population has housed space-efficient arcologies that tower over thousands of kilometers of green fields and orchards. It's 3.7 million population. Capital is called Constant, and orbital period is 2.5 Earth years, and it's got a 64.1 hour day. There you go. Arcadia. An unusually large terrestrial world, Arcadia has a dense atmosphere composed of nitrogen and helium. Its scorching hot surface is mainly composed of alkaline basalts, but metal deposits are plentiful. Though several spectacular examples of columnar basalt formation offer scenic beauty, Arcadia's hostile environment has precluded commercial development. Nirvana. Nirvana has a trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. The surface is a mix of water ice and iron oxides, with cryovolcanic plumes of potassium concentrated around the equatorial ridge. Nirvana has little of commercial or scientific interest, though a few geological research stations were constructed in the early 2160s. All have been shut down for years. The Alliance maintains an automated ice cracking station, which has quietly stockpiled a large amount of deuterium fuel for use by the fleet. See, this is what's awesome about this game, is like, there's lore, and it's text lore, but it's very short. But these little short blobs are all like super fascinating. Like there's an ice cracker on this planet and stuff like that. It's like, that's what you need. You need a lot of like lore that's just like very straightforward, but also very fascinating at the same time. Xanadu's atmosphere is composed of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of potassium with deposits of calcium. Its location in the deep cold of the outer system and its lack of any valuable resources leave little to recommend it. And then I think so there's nothing in here in this system to scan, I don't believe. This is where Eden Prime is and stuff, and everything's pretty well known about this system. So we can zoom back out. And we can head over this way. Gemini segment. So you can see a lot of these are, I guess we can go up this way like this. A lot of the mass relays don't connect directly to one another, because we have to go wherever the mass relays will take us. Arenada, this one's got 2 in this cluster. Ignatius, I guess, we'll go there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Agiko. During the initial survey of an Antaeus system, only a single flyby probe was spared for the small, scorched world of Agiko. It revealed a planet unusually rich in heavier elements given its size. Agiko is standard terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its crust is mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of cobalt and other heavy metals. Due to extremely rough crater terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. Vamal. Oh, this one's got a survey on it. Vamal is an enormous terrestrial world of mixed rock and ice with an atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of calcium with deposits of iron. Because of noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. Rare element surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a large deposit of uranium. Damn. And this, friends, is why you do this. Ploba. Ploba is the second and by far the larger of Enaceous two gas giants. Active scans by survey ships have returned tantalizing indications of massive, solid structures deep within the atmosphere, too regular in pattern to be anything natural. Some believe Ploba is a Jupiter brain, a planet-sized supercomputer. Adherents to this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals toward the sunken megastructures, hoping to get the machine's attention. Others believe that an ancient spacefaring race disposed of their weapons of war by dumping them into the planet. The last attempt to reach and salvage Ploba's deep anomalies went tragically wrong and ended with a crew of 12 being trapped and crushed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. Matriarch's writings recovered. He recovered a strange object orbiting Ploba. Chief Engineer Adams and Tali tried unsuccessfully to determine its origin. They did find one of Matriarch Dillanaga's writings stored within. Edmos. Edmos is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane in its atmosphere. If Trebin's terraforming is successful, it is expected that a helium-3 fuel refining facility for a system will be set up here. Gas deposit surveyed. While scanning the planet Edmos, you detected a large concentration of hydrogen. These will all come in usefulness to us. Useful. Trebin. Here we go. Trebin is a modest terrestrial world with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of silver. Trebin's environment is relatively mild, but the scarcity of water or similar enabling substances has prevented the development of any biosphere. Exogeny Corp recently performed a test impact of a single water-ice comet into the surface, first step of a long-term plan to thicken the atmosphere and introduce water to the environment. A survey team is on the surface monitoring the geological and meteorological effects of the test's impact. Most of the water released is still in the form of atmospheric vapor, but thick cloud banks have formed. There's every indication that this arid world will soon see its first rain. Survey team's progress has been hampered by frequent mechanical or computer failures in their GPS satellites. It's got a 1.1 Earth-year orbital period and a day of 41.8 Earth hours, and we can land on it, which we will do not this time, but we'll do it in the next episode because I want to kind of wrap up here. Let's do Hunador. Hunador is a moderately sized ice world with an extremely thin atmosphere composed of krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is unusually smooth, suggesting widespread repaving by cryovolcanic processes, though no such activity is currently evident. And it's got a 90.5 Earth-year orbital period with a 48.2 Earth-hour day. So, when we return next time, friends, we're going to go land on Trebin, because we can. Even though we don't have a quest for it, it's very, very important that we, where possible... I spit on my mic there. Where possible, that we land and do things, because there's always something cool and awesome to grab. And, you know, we'll do some quests along the way as well. But that will be for the next recording session, friends. Hope everyone has been enjoying this. I love Mass Effect. I want to play through this. I hope I can keep up with it. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be, I mean, I've played through the game once before, so I know kind of where a lot of the nooks and crannies are, and I know there's a lot of this where I'm going to go through system by system and start doing a lot of side things, which may not be of interest to a lot of people, but I really enjoy it, and I'm going to do it. So, tough noogies. Tough noogies if you don't want to see me gather every little possible thing that I can. Honestly, though, despite, you know, how many things there are to do on the side, like this and Mass Effect 2 were actually really good with these side quests. Like, you run into some things that are just kind of interesting, you know. I mean, you run into a lot of similar things, a lot of cut and paste, but there's also some like pretty interesting encounters that you're not really expecting along the way that open up quest lines that you didn't think were even in the game. So that is why I do what I do. That is one of the things I love about RPGs. So plus you get more of this music too. So you know, you can't go wrong with that, friends. In any event, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.